Guy Reffitt is in federal court in Washington today for sentencing.
The 49-year-old Texas man was the first defendant to stand trial on charges stemming from the January 6th insurrection. Reffitt is a member of the far-right militia known as the Texas Three Percenters. He was convicted of bringing a handgun to the Capitol on January 6th. Reffitt was found guilty on 5 criminal counts, including obstructing Congress's certification of President Biden's Electoral College win. He is facing up to 15 years in prison for his role in the attacks. For more on this, CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now. Scott, always great to see you. The D.C. correspondents are taking over the stream today, I guess. Let's start with how significant Guy Reffitt's sentencing hearing is today and what impact this may have on other cases moving forward.
Let's be clear about it, Errol. Biggest sentencing so far in any Capitol riot case. Easily. Guy Reffitt was accused of carrying a gun, having a tactical helmet, bulletproof armor, and a megaphone as he confronted police January 6th. But what's more, he was the first Capitol riot defendant to be sentenced after being convicted at trial, convicted by a D.C. jury on all federal counts. So this is a big canary in the coal mine moment. How much does the judge sentence Guy Reffitt? And what message does that send to the hundreds of other January 6 defendants still awaiting trial and still facing the prospect of sentencing? They're laying down a big marker here. As the afternoon began in what's going to be a marathon sentencing hearing, the federal prosecutors were seeking 15 years in prison for Reffitt, arguing that there should be an upward departure in the sentence for domestic terrorism. The judge began the afternoon knocking that argument down, saying the prosecutors hadn't made that case. So the range likely between 7 and 9 years when all is said and done today. But because this is the first defendant convicted at trial to face sentencing, Errol, it's going to be a marathon hearing because the judge recognizes the significance of this moment and the significance of the marker she's about to lay down.
And Scott, the Senate is expected to vote on the Honoring Our Pact Act again this week. Can you tell us why this bill has been just such a flashpoint for so many people?
Speaking of marathons, Deborah, the debate over this PACT Act, this benefits for military veterans who suffer from burn pit injuries and cancers, has consumed the middle part of the summer in the U.S. Senate. This morning, I was outside watching the protesters who have been holding a vigil on the Senate steps until the Senate comes back and votes on this burn pit legislation. They're going to stay there until the vote is final. The issue is a procedural one, not an insignificant procedural issue in the world of the U.S. Senate. It's over how the funding is going to be provided to pay for these benefits, which they are about to loosen. They're going to make it a presumptive positive, no longer the laborious fight to show you suffer from burn pit injuries. The VA is going to open it up, if the Senate passes this legislation, to all who come, or many who come, arguing they're suffering burn pit injuries. But that procedural issue is one that has hung up the Senate since last week, and it's led to a very dicey political issue. You have the Republicans in the Senate arguing procedure. You have Democrats in the Senate arguing that the Republicans are depriving veterans of military benefits. That is not a tenable political dispute. It will have to be resolved likely by the middle of this week.
And they've been protesting for quite a bit. Scott MacFarlane, thank you so much. Nobody knows it better than he does.
Now to this, body cam footage is raising new questions about the death of a Georgia mother